Conservative New Media viewers, what's going on? It's me, John D. Villarreal, the four-time national champion and the super genius, joined by Paula Villarreal, the NBA expert. Okay, maybe some people were wondering what was happening, where I was at during the NBA playoff situation with Jeremy Lin. Listen, I had things I was doing. Plus, I knew the situation, and I've already told you what I thought a long time ago, and nothing's changed, which is that the Houston Rockets and Jeremy Lin were going to make the playoff, and they did, but that, this wasn't a year for them to go deep into the playoffs, everything like that. This was a big win and a big, so where do I put all the situation right now? And you've also heard from the NBA expert who's had his videos up there telling you peeps what's going on. And we love all the fans out there all around the world, and thank you for watching. Now, what I think is simply this. This was a big win and a big victory for Lin and a W. So we got the win and the victory this year for Jeremy Lin and the Houston Rockets. Okay, James Harden proved that he's an NBA superstar. Jeremy Lin also reasserted his NBA superstar status. That's right, I said superstar. Not just because of, and here's where I'm going to go with that. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm not going to compare his points or his stats to a Melo or certainly a lot of LeBron James or, you name the player, it doesn't matter. Jeremy Lin, any given night, can put up the big points. We've seen that. But what I like about Jeremy Lin is that every team he's on seems to get better. Every team, he's been on two teams now that have both made it to the playoffs, okay, in the last 2 years. And we're seeing an ignition. Jeremy Lin, let me put it this way. Is James Harden a better player when he was with OKC, or is he a better player now at Houston? Look at the other players around. Look at the step up. Look at the work ethic. Look at the fourth quarter winning ability. Look at all these things that come into play. And I think that you can just say, when you sum it all up, that's all my personal opinion, when you sum it all up, Paul, you've got a team leader, you've got a competitor, you've got a winner, you've got someone that made it to the playoffs, and you've got someone that has reinvigorated and transformed this Houston Rocket team and really, I think, has justified his contract and the move and the confidence that Houston has placed in him. Do you agree with that?
I totally agree with that. Look, Jeremy Lin, as I've said in the last video of the season against the Oklahoma City Thunder, was it Game 6 or Game 5, and the Melo and Knicks lose thing, Jeremy Lin came in a circumstance this year where everything was against him. He had to play up to his contract. His knee wasn't right when he got into camp. It wasn't right until like March of this year. He wasn't sure if the coaches were behind him all the way. Fans weren't necessarily behind him all the way. He was in a new system, an offense that's about as far away from what's good for him as possible. And throughout the course of the season, he proved everything. Yeah, he didn't have incredible mega stats, but as you said, he showed once again that he can put up big numbers anytime against anybody. He put up huge numbers against the Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder, each of which is top 5 defense. So this is legit. And so what we saw last year in Lin Cindy 1.0 is absolutely real. Now, there are some people, as we know, in the playoffs, he struggled a little bit when he was in the first game, and then he got hurt. So the playoffs is kind of the last little proving ground. But the way that Patrick Beverley played in the last game against the Thunder, I thought made it really clear that, yeah, it's definitely Jeremy's job to lose. Although both of them could start next year. Patrick Beverley could start point guard, and Jeremy could start shooting guard. And James Harden then would start small forward. So that's possible too. But I think everything Jeremy needed to do this year, he did. And I think that with a full summer, I don't know how his chest contusion has healed or is healing, but with what should be a full summer to work on his game and to have a chance to get stronger, work on his jump shot, I think it's going to be even better next year. And as I alluded to in the last video, and I mentioned in the comments of the Knicks video, there's a real chance that Houston could get Dwight Howard. Now, I don't know if they're going to get him, but they could get him. And, if they get Dwight Howard, then you're talking about this team as a real, a potential contender. A potential serious contender. Not just a playoff team, but then you're talking about this team could actually legitimately make a push for a championship. Even
bottom line is, for me, that this was a big win and a big statement and a big success for Jeremy Lin and the Houston Rockets. I think Paul agrees with that. What do you think about it? I need to hear from you right now. This is the time for celebration and to give your final comments and the wrap up to this season for the Houston Rockets and Jeremy Lin. Give me the comments below. Please subscribe. Please rate this video up. Also, please post it to your social networking sites. I'm John D. Villarreal, the four-time national champion and the super genius. That is Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.